The majority of voters in Colorado are unaffiliated. They can choose to return either the Democratic or the Republican primary ballot. What if they didn't have to choose? What if everyone got the same ballot with the same candidates and you just kind of chose cafeteria style? Our Marshall Zellinger explains the effort to open up Colorado's primaries.
Chocolate chip? Red or blue?
Besides making you crave dessert, this new political ad is meant to draw attention to Colorado's limiting primary system.
2 flavors. Pick a team or sit it out.
The point of our ad is to have a humorous, lighthearted way to poke fun at our current semi-closed primary, where if you're an independent voter, you get to pick one or 2 ballots, Republican or Democrat.
Landon Mascareñas is head of Courageous Colorado, a group testing the waters to see if Colorado voters, particularly the 2 million unaffiliated voters, would get behind a ballot issue to open Colorado's primaries to one ballot with all candidates.
Every voter gets the same ballot during the primary season, and they can build the ballot the way they want. They can actually do a Republican for governor, a Democrat for attorney general, Green Party for state legislature.
I am a Republican, always will be a Republican, and I don't know if it'll help us or not, but I know one thing, we can't go any further down than we are now.
Dick Wadhams is former chair of the Colorado Republican Party. The GOP is considering closing its party primary and picking candidates with the few thousand who show up to the Republican Party convention.
It would be horrible for 900,000 Republicans who won't be able to participate, and it would be horrible for 2 million unaffiliated who would only get the Democratic ballot in the primary.
California most notably has an open primary, where voters last week received this lengthy ballot for governor. Voters pick one, and the top 2 advance to the general election in November, regardless of affiliation. And in a state where there are twice as many Democrats as Republicans, the top 2 candidates were 1 Democrat and 1 Republican.
Do you think this is Republicans' way to get back to relevance in the state?
It might be, but the real issue for me, Marshall, is that both parties have been going to their extremes.
We think it's a great time to have this conversation during the primary, when a lot of people are going to be asking, isn't there a better way?
Where's the money coming behind this effort? The group is funded really by every side. The left-leaning Arthur Blank Foundation, the guy who started Home Depot and owns the Atlanta Falcons. It's funded by the right-leaning El Pomar Foundation in Colorado Springs. And of course, Ken Thiry's group, the former DeVita chair who has helped overhaul Colorado's election system to include unaffiliated voters. Kyle.
So I guess my question, Marshall, is why do rich people want this so much?
I think that's a great question. I wish I could get into the head of a rich person, because not being one myself, I will say it's probably to have a wider swath of candidates that perhaps they can, I'll stop there. I'll put the ... there.
The ... Well, we can continue to look into that. All right, Marshall Zellinger, thank you.